Welcome back, everyone, to the Mexico City Aztecs franchise on NBA 2K25. We are about half a week away from this year's trade deadline, sitting at 21-27 on the year, coming off a nice victory over the Utah Jazz, where John Cobb put up 27 points. And we are probably 2 episodes away, including this one, to wrapping up this second year. And we're going to get some more info on some of these prospects in this draft class. I just put this up on the 2K share servers. So if you just look up Stumpy Year 2 Draft with spaces all in between, or look up my username, Stumpy McGumpy, on there as well, you should be able to see it. You should be able to get this if you're on Xbox, PC, and PS5, I think. So we will look at more prospects as we approach the halfway point between now and the end of the year, but I think I want to watch a game against the Raptors on the road in Toronto, and then we'll wrap up next episode by watching our final game of the year against the New York Knicks, who currently lead the Eastern Conference with 35 wins. I don't plan to make any more trades at the deadline. I've already made 2 this year, and I think I'm all set with that, so we're going to go ahead and just sim right through it and get right up to March 20th to go on the road. Oh no. Oh no. Our 6th overall pick, the guy that we have kind of built this second year around, has broken his right leg. 6 to 8 weeks, a crucial, devastating injury to kind of the first franchise cornerstone that we've drafted. Wow, I was not ready for that at all. I guess we're going to bring in Wade Anderson to be the new starting shooting guard. We'll see what he can do, and we'll let Javon Carter come in as the backup point guard in his place. That is a costly injury, wow. He came back from that broken leg within 1 week. What is happening? What is with the injury durations, man? Like, I haven't even touched those. This is whack. Okay, I guess he's fine. He missed 1 game, and he's back right outside of the All-Star break. Okay, sure, I'll take it. I don't even know how to change the duration of injuries, because guys are kind of recovering so easily. Like, it's not the user injury effects, because that's just how many player attributes are affected. The frequency is up on injuries. I think, maybe it's just recovery rate, but that's just for fatigue, not for injuries. We come out of simming now 29-40 as the Knicks destroy the Timberwolves in the play-in tournament championship game. So they win the NBA Cup. That is pretty much the 2 top leaders of each conference facing off in the NBA Cup title game. But the Knicks come out on top, and we are on a 2-game win streak entering this game against the Raptors, who are 34-35. In a win against the Pelicans, we put up 127 behind 27 for Cobb and 25 for Naz Reid. Zion and Trey Mann, 20 plus for each, but we come out on top. In a loss against the Cavaliers right after that Pelicans win, Reid and Cobb drop 20 plus again, but Donovan Mitchell goes off for 38, Mobley drops 28, and Darius Garland drops 26. Their big 3 go off for a big performance. We lost by 2 against the Timberwolves, 30-11 for Ant in this one. We almost came back in the 4th quarter, but it was too little too late, and we dropped 2 straight games by 2 points apiece. 35 for Jokic, 20 for Naz Reid. Not seeing too many big scoring games for any players for us. Nobody over 30 points or around there these last couple of weeks. It looks like Cobb had the leg injury during the sophomores and rookies Rising Stars game, so he did not get a chance to play it, but Dion York put up a double-double in this one. Reed Shepard, 20 points. Connect, 10 on 15 shot attempts. The East All-Stars beat the West All-Stars in the All-Star game with 21 from Giannis. Luka had 35, but it comes in a loss. They kind of got blown out. Or the West beat the East, not the other way around. In our pretty much only game without Cobb, we lost by 50 against the Warriors. 36 for Steph, 22 for Kuminga, 20 for Talen Horton-Tucker. Anderson drops 13 points, 13 for Naz Reid, and Anderson did foul out after 20 minutes of being on the court. But we bounced back with a win when Cobb returned, and he drops 23 in his first game off of the broken leg, 35 for Steph. Back-to-back really good games. And in our only win in the next 2 weeks following that game, we got a 36 points game from Paolo Banchero with 23 from Reed, 21 from Cobb, and we held on to win. Now we're coming off back-to-back wins. We blew out the Grizzlies with 23 from Cobb, despite 27 from John Morant. The Grizzlies fall, and now we're coming off a win against the Pelicans again. We got 33 from Zion. We had 20-plus from Lonzo and Naz Reid. Cobb, 5 for 16. I know I skipped over it last time, but right now, Anderson is actually only one spot behind John Cobb now in the Rookie of the Year race, but Dion York is still in first because he just is kind of stuffing the stat sheet. Cobb is more of a scorer right now, but I think as he gets better, he will get more rebounds and more assists per game. But right now, that belongs to Dion York. Anderson, though, he's in third.
On the floor for the visiting team.
We will get a deeper look at these prospects once this game wraps up, guys. But John Cobb is back in our starting five. He has recovered from his broken leg very, very quickly, way sooner than I thought he would. And now we're here in Toronto to face the Raptors, two teams below 500. And we'll get a little update here on the mock draft as well once we wrap this game up.
At the other forward position, Naz Reid.
And tip-off in Scotiabank is officially underway. James Wiseman wins the tip. We come in fully healthy once again, as are the Raptors. Here we go in a cross-conference matchup. I'm counting down. Lonzo fakes, throws it up, left-handed, no good, and Pirtle tips the board up to Scotty Barnes. Outlet pass to RJ Barrett with the finish to open up the scoring here on the road. Double screens for Lonzo. He gets downhill, shovels it to Cobb for the one-handed flush. Welcome back, rookie. Just over 19 points per game for Cobb, but he has gone down to 40% shooting. But again, no badges. He's a 71 overall. That is going to happen for a player with that low of an overall. That just is how it goes sometimes. Quickly behind the arc. His first shot is no good. Reid with the screen. Gives ball some room, and he connects. Scotty Barnes back to Pirtle on the pick and roll. Barnes coming off a 31-point game and a win against the Hornets back on the previous Tuesday. Good cut by Lonzo inside and fouled by Quickly. That's the first on either team. Lonzo this year over 12 points per game and just below 7 assists per game. I think that, once again, center for the future and a really good passing, playmaking backup point guard are the two spots that this team really needs right now. I think Wiseman is a fine player, but I want to find more of that like second star that can play in the low post alongside Cobb as our main guard as the future of this franchise. Screen set by Reid. Lonzo, drive, slipping by Quickly in for the deuce. He's been way better at driving towards the rim than I thought he was when I first signed him. I was expecting him to be more of a three-point specialist with some really good passing skills, but he has shown me a lot of potential in terms of driving to the rim as Scotty Barnes gets inside. And we have to call a timeout. Cobb passes over the top into Lonzo. Emmanuel quickly having some defensive struggles early on against Lonzo Ball. Hurdle the screen. Dick spins. Cobb stays with them. Has to pass or shoot, and Pirtle somehow gets inside around Wiseman. Cobb with space. His first 3 ball is up and in. The assist goes to Lonzo. We have seen Cobb have a couple of really good games, a couple of ones where he was not very good, especially back on opening night, but he has shown us a lot of offensive ability, especially on his three-point shooting. Now, going back to that convo about Frank Bauer, the unanimous first overall pick in this upcoming draft, a lot of folks in the comments have mentioned that, I should try to make that trade once we get to that draft here in a couple of episodes. But here's the thing. Bauer is just one of those generational guys like Wemby is, or was. Would the Spurs have ever given away that first overall pick when Wemby was on the board? I really don't think so. They could have gotten a package for 5 first-round picks. They would not have taken that. So the odds of me trading up for the first overall pick are extremely slim. Mismatch inside. Pirtle fires over 2 defenders. And both offenses off to a very hot start, but Aztecs in front by 1. Screen set by Wiseman. Cobb throws it right to Pirtle, who cut off the pass. Barrett hands it off. Grady Dick can't knock it down. Reed has space. Top of the key. No good, but Wiseman pulls it down. He'll stay with the Aztecs. Lonzo. Guarded by Quickly. Hands it off again. Reed, second try. No dice. Barnes behind the arc. No, ball's tipped out to Lonzo, who pulls it down. Good cut by Okoro. Right into a layup. RJ Barrett caught behind him. Okoro, as somebody mentioned down below in the comments last episode as well, he's been a really good role player for us this year. Very efficient shooting. He's a solid rebounder, a really solid outside defender. I think he has a future on this team. Will it be as a starter? Depends on who we draft, but I think he does have a future regardless as probably, one of our top guys off the bench, if not as a starter. So we'll just see what happens with him, but he's not eligible for an extension, so we'll have to bring him back once he hits the open market in 2 years' time. Reed comes over, sets the screen. Lonzo pulls the trigger. That one is offline. Quickly dumps it for Pirtle over Wiseman. Tough finish. We are all tied up at 16. Pull up jump shot. Lonzo online this time. Off ball screen setting up for Scotty Barnes. His 3 is perfect. Now it screens off ball for Cobb. Defender comes over. Cobb drives, and Pirtle comes over to help on defense. It's going to be a jump ball between John Cobb and whoever that is, not entirely sure. I'll get his name here soon. But the jump ball is won by him, whoever he is. It's Waters the third. His shot won't go in. Good defense down low by Naz Reid. Now he wants it inside. Naz spins around a double team, but left it short. Up to Barnes. He left it short as well. Wiseman calling for it. Quickly on him. He spins, readjusting and finishing through Waters. Wiseman has been quietly very efficient. He pulls down rebounds, drops double-doubles. Pretty much every couple of games, he's been very good for us. Lonnie Walker, inside to Kelly Olynyk. Backing down Wiseman, got him with the pump fake. Third foul against Mexico City. First one, drops in. And Olenek, 2 for 2. Anderson now in for the Aztecs. He dumps it down low for Steven Adams. Downhill. Good penetration from R.J. Barrett. Josh Green can't get the stop. Eyeball screen. Trent drives against Grady Dick and finishes strong. Driving. Baseline. Good pass back out to Waters. Left open for the triple. He knocks it in. Clock approaching 0. Adams gets behind Olenek, but can't finish at the rim. Good defensive recovery. Barrett. Baseline drive. This time got it plus the foul. Just like Scotty Barnes, Barrett coming off a big game against the Hornets, and that Tuesday win, he dropped 25 points on 10 for 15 shooting. Gary Trent with space. His 3 won't go. Adams pulls it down. We'll have a second chance here. Trent tries again. This time he got it. First quarter coming to a close. LaRavia leaves it for Barrett behind the arc. He can't beat the buzzer, but the Raptors lead by 2 after 1. Barnes has it. Inside to Olenek with the finish, and the Raptors increase their lead to 4. Both teams have been bottom 10, bottom 11 in terms of assists per game. So again, backup point guard's going to be a spot of need as Trent finishes through the contact and drew the foul on Scotty Barnes. 3-point play on the way. It is up and good. First 3-point attempt for Grady Dick will drop in. A couple feet behind the line as we have Cobb back out there alongside Anderson, Adams, Trent, and Grant Williams. Can we get the offense going here to start the quarter? We've already got 1 3-point play, looking for another one. As Trent drives and nearly got another and one. Back-to-back plays. So, about the framework for the future of this team, like I said a couple episodes back, I think Gary Trent is a guy that I think could be a part of a championship or at least a playoff contending squad within these next 2 years as he bricks the free throws, as I say that. But I think him, Naz Reid, Cobb, Okoro are 4 the main guys, as Barnes and Olenek not on the same page whatsoever. It's going to be a turnover. Lonzo, I think, is a big question mark. Is he good enough to be our starting point guard? Or if we draft somebody, should we start that guy over him? It just kind of depends on how good that player is out of the gate if we do take a point guard. So we'll have to really look at those options in the draft class once this game ends to really get a better idea of who we're looking at. And we also have those draft picks that we can do a lot with. We can trade back to later drafts and hope for better positions, as Trent missed an easy layup. That is a concern. But we can also trade up in this draft to get a higher draft pick, trade to a later draft, or trade for a player. So who really knows? Barnes comes off the screen, has room, and hits it off the window and through. Screen sets. Barnes gets around it. Trent turns it over. Olenek stole it off his own back. Downhill, hop stepping, and finishing. It's Scotty Barnes. Cobb slips by Dick and finishes at the rim. Bad matchup for Steven Adams. He's got Scotty Barnes on him now. One-on-one, driving, and that's going to be a foul. Not surprised whatsoever. 11 points for Scotty Barnes, adding to it at the charity stripe. Free throws are good. Off ball setting up. Cobb, catch and shoot, drills it. Barnes over Lonzo. Another nice finish at the rim. Cobb steps back. Oh, he got it. What a shot. Barnes working on somebody else this time. It's Cobb, but this time the shot won't go. But it's there, beating Scotty Barnes every time down the courts as Cobb drives and Pirtle once again comes over to block it. Laravia, catch and shoot. No good from the elbow. Williams pulls down the miss. Off matchup here for Cobb. Pirtle draped all over him. He will fire anyways. Adams flies in for the rebound and puts it back in for 2. And now stolen by Okoro as Barnes lost it. And Cobb lays it in transition. We are all tied up at 42. Once again, a really solid second quarter from John Cobb, especially on the offensive end. Down low. Olynyk backing down. Grant Williams got him below the rim, and that's too easy. Adams comes up. Pick and roll. Lonzo keeps it. And the shot eventually finds its way to the bottom of the net. A 15-6 run by the Aztecs here. And we are back in front for the first time this quarter. Scotty Barnes puts the Raptors back in front. 11 second quarter points, 18 already here in the first half. He has been hot. Catch and shoot. It's Lonzo rattling out this time around. Pirtle the screen. We get around it well. Pirtle gets it back and is fouled on an acrobatic attempt.
That's his second personal foul.
First free throw is gonna drop in. Cobb will check out. In comes Reed, Wiseman. Pretty much an entirely new lineup for the Aztecs. Reed rolls. Bogdan drives and finishes. Backdoor cuts. Floated for Pirtle. Wiseman there, and he is going to get called for the foul. And he got the basket too. Pirtle's been really solid, especially at the rim, where he is pretty much at his best in most games. Raptors lead by 4 as Pirtle just kind of got his head turned around, and Cobb will pick up the assist. Quickly and Dick back in for Toronto as Dick rises but can't hit Pirtle on the glass, but he missed it. Reed leaves it. Anderson pulls the trigger, but his first shot is no good. Behind the arc, that's going to be a foul against Naz Reid. Thought he got there cleanly, but the ref disagrees, and the front end is good for Scotty Barnes. He has been the lifeblood of this Raptors offense in this first half. Nobody can contain him. On the arc, it's Emmanuel quickly with the trifecta. The Raptors lead soars to 8. John Cobb back in for the Aztecs to close the half. He has to fire. No good. Cobb cuts. Nearly stolen. Anderson rises and eventually hits it. Barrett on for it down low. Fading away. He got it. Backdoor. Pirtle nearly got there, but Wiseman has a hammer instead. 6-point game. No shot clock left. Raptors looking to close the half strong. Barnes with the finish, man. We have no answer for this guy, and it's 61-53 at the break. Toronto on top. All right, start of the second half. We'll probably just watch about half the quarter and then sim towards the fourth and see where things go from there. As Barrett is fouled on the shot by Okoro. The free throws coming up for the Raptors after a very electric first half from their offense. The front end won't go. And Barrett has himself 12 points. Lonzo nearly turns it over. Instead, finds Cobb for the spinning throwdown. After a 15-point efficient first half, Cobb's got 17 points now. He is looking very good. Barrett comes off a couple of screens. Lobs it for Scotty Barnes. The dunk won't go. Pirtle, though, gets the rebound, and Barnes has a wide open look that he connects on. Lonzo, great lead pass. I'm not sure how Wiseman got to it, but that was near perfect. Barnes rounds a screen. We can't guard this guy off ball or on ball. He's already got 6. Can Naz Reid get more involved here? His 3 won't go. He is not been very effective so far. Barnes backs him down, spins. No good, finally. What is that shot? It's good, I guess. We'll take it. 1-on-1, and Naz Reid just kind of gets bullied off by Scotty Barnes. He's got 31. What is... I can't believe Lonzo tried that, but he did draw the foul, so can't really complain. First free throw will go for him. And he'll cut the Raptors lead back to single digits. And Lonzo 2 for 2. And Barnes steps out of bounds. It goes the other way. Here's our chance to get right back within 2 buckets. What is that pass, man? We have it right back. Barnes cuts off the pass from Okoro. Grady Dick covered well by Cobb. Inside to Pirtle. Wiseman. Good hand up. Now he brings it up, leaves it for Reid, who got beyond quickly, and it's right back to 6. Barrett's calling for it down low. Okoro draped all over him. Backing him down and missing. Let's push this tempo here. Reid crosses over. Has ball wide open. Won't pass. Instead will fire, but he missed it. Pirtle sets the screen. Quickly is 3. Offline. And we give it right back. Quickly stole it. Fast break. Barnes all by himself. We jump to the fourth quarter. Aztecs still trailing, but now it's down to 4. 105-101. Raptors still in the lead, but under 6 to play. We have a real shot at coming out on top here in Toronto as Wade Anderson with the beautiful take inside, spinning his way to a score. He's got 9 points on 4 for 10 shooting. Out there with Cobb, Okoro, Williams, and James Wiseman. Should see our starters come in here soon as Pirtle gets around Wiseman for the deuce. Good crossover. Cobb throws it up and finishes through the contact. Quickly right there on him. And it's down to 2. Barnes just completely blows by Williams, who tries to recover, but he can't. We have shot 56% and still cannot find our way back in front here. We're going to call a timeout here soon with under 4 to go, and Lonzo and Reid about to check back in. Cobb back to Wiseman. Great pass. Off the screen from Pirtle. Barnes back to him. Back to Barnes. Tough shot. No, it's tipped out. Might want to stay in here and not call a timeout just yet. As Anderson has that one absolutely denied by Pirtle. We'll give it one more possession. Barrett, tough finish through Okoro. Timeout, Aztecs. We will bring in our starters the rest of the way, but 3 minutes to go. We can definitely win this game. Lonzo and Naz Reid back out there. Who do we go to for offense? Cobb's got it. Good pump fake, and the bucket nearly went in. That could have been a 3-point play. Going to be 2 shots instead at the line. The first one will rattle in off the front iron and through. Not a lot of free throws for us in this game as Cobb splits them. Need to stop right here. I don't like this. Reid, or Barnes rather, takes it inside. Wiseman picks him up. Okay. Quickly fading away. That was a really tough shot. Mismatch for Wiseman. Take it inside, man, or just lose or dribble. Reid has space. It won't go. Off day for Naz Reid here offensively. Oh no. Open look. Thank God Barnes missed it. They're giving us chance after chance. Wiseman, 1-point game. Good pass by Okoro. Reid on an island, forces the pass out, but Wiseman just completely lost track of Pirtle. And now it's an and one chance to boost their lead back to 4 if the free throw is good, which it is. A costly mistake by both Wiseman and John Kabu, who was forced to come and help. Under 90 seconds left. Give me some special plays here, man. Cobb blows by Dick. There it is. There's one. 27 points again for Cobb. These showcase games, he is playing so damn well. And now Barnes has it inside. He fades away and has kind of gone cold here in the fourth quarter. A 3 could put us in the lead. A 2 will tie. Wiseman fouled by Barnes. I can't believe they just called that. I disagree, but I will take the free throws in a close game like this. First one off the rim and in. Gotta hit both. And they're both good. We're tied. Anybody's game these final 66 seconds. Barnes penetrates. Reid stays in front, and Barnes missed again. Okay, Naz Reid stepping up here on the defensive side of the ball here late. Oh my God, almost turned the ball over. Reid has to fight for it. Pirtle picks him up. Reid fires, tough shots. We just have not gotten him going whatsoever in this game, and Toronto can take back the lead here on one of the final possessions. Barrett. Oh, it's going to be a travel. There is no shot clock left. We can save for the final attempt here or just take a wide open look if there is one before. Who do we go to for the potential game-winning play? The game-winning shot. We're going to drain some clock here and not give them a chance to really respond. Lonzo has it. He will pass to Okoro. He's got room, and it goes in! Oh my God, it's a walk-off buzzer beater. Okoro puts us on top. Aztecs take it on the road. Around the rim, off the window, and back in. Mexico City steals one in Scotiabank Arena. What a play! Just what I was looking for. Beautiful ending to this one. Scotty Barnes has to be pissed. Despite 40 points and a near triple-double from Scotty Barnes, we put up 41 fourth-quarter points and walk it off with a buzzer beater from Okoro. He does not shoot the ball often, 3 shots here in this game, but when he does, he is efficient and effective. Despite Naz Reid going 3 for 11 as well, Cobb drops 27, a couple of nice fourth quarter plays. Wiseman, perfect from the field. Bogdanovich, Adams, both 4 for 5. Okoro, perfect as well. What a win, a buzzer beater in the fourth quarter on the road against a team with a way better record than we have right now. And we shoot 56% on the way to a road victory. That is what I'm talking about, man. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful win. That is going to be a highlight of year 2 for sure. And it's our 3rd straight victory. So we're looking good here after a couple of rough weeks since that John Cobb broken leg. But again, he's back and he looked great in this game. He is showing his potential day in, day out. Let's talk about some prospects, though. Frank Bauer, we got up to 100%. He is at 83 overall, or 81 according to the bigger number on your screen. And now one of the mock drafts has him going at number 2, not number 1. So there has been a change since our last time looking at the prospects here. But that's not going to move me by a lot. He still has the Hall of Fame ceiling. He's still got 11 badges. And is 83 overall at 18 years old with just all-around talents. So he would fit our system perfectly, the 7-second system. You need a big that can rebound, that is a good athlete, and can push the tempo. And he has that one badge that was break starter in gold. So that is like perfect for the guy that we're looking for on really both ends of the court. Law ends up having 5 badges. We did see these last time. He ends up being a 79 overall at 20 years old. We looked at him last time. Nick Bryant has 7 badges. We saw this guy as well. So he's going to be a top 3 pick, no doubt. And I believe Law is the guy that has that number 1 overall pick projection. But it's going to be Frank Bauer unless something crazy happens. David Dennis ends up being a 75 overall, and he has 7 badges. So there are a lot of badges here in these top 5 or 6 players. He's got some shooting ones, some defensive ones for on-ball menace and, forcing turnovers. So he and his brother are both going to be really good options. I think I like Leonard a bit more than I like David, but they're still pretty solid. Lou Wong has 3 badges, Deadeye, Interceptor, and Layup Mixmaster. Irving Anthony has 3 with Paint Prodigy, Physical Finisher, and Posterizer. None for the Italian Fausto Manet. 1 for Lewis Payton, who we looked at last time. 3 for Will Morris Sr., Box Out Beast, Brick Wall, and Physical Finisher. So I still am not really buying much into Will Morris Sr. at a 74 overall, 7-foot guy that has some rebounding. I guess actually that has improved since we last saw. His profile looks a little bit different, but he does not have really any offensive skills, it seems. He's more of a post defender, rebounding guy, but is a really poor athlete. That is a big concern. That would not fit our current system whatsoever, and we have to keep it because that's what fits John Cobb the most. Then we got Jay Stevens, who is the only other guy so far that has a Hall of Fame ceiling compared to Isaiah Thomas. This potentially could be that second backcourt player, could be that playmaker behind Lonzo if we were to keep him around as our starter. Nice touch around the basket, makes some tough shots, natural playmaker, solid body control, but is a poor finisher. That makes no sense compared to his nice touch around the basket. So those kind of go back and forth, not really sure what that means for him. But he's got 1 badge, a break starter, 21 years old, out of Nebraska. He is 6 foot, so kind of undersized for any guard in the modern NBA. But he is a really solid player. Offense definitely is going to need some work, but defense will too. He's not going to be a great player out of the gate, but he has potential, and he is the first guy that we're looking at here. Again, we're sorting by the 2K draft projections, he is number 11. And that will take us to the next guy, Ferdinand Morales out of Puerto Rico, a 6'6 power forward, 22 years old, less than 70 overall, more of a project offensively. Defense also not very good. His post defense is also pretty bad, but he is a solid athlete. He's got high potential with a Deadeye badge, but the ceiling says Cam Johnson, so I'm not looking to draft somebody that has that low of a ceiling. Next up, we got Jayshawn Davis. No comparison despite being 100% scouted, but he does have the All-NBA ceiling and a floor of bench. Could become the All-Star player in a couple of years. Crafty at the rim. Good jump shot lift, but poor offensive anticipation, so that will hurt his, awareness. But he's got aerial wizard, posterizer badges, high shot tendency, great athletes, but offense actually looks pretty decent. Could knock down some threes, decent inside scorer, but he is a shooting guard, so I think I'm trying to avoid drafting a 2 guard because Cobb is that guy for us. We drafted Anderson 2 last year, so we'll kind of look away from those guys. There is J.C. Macy out of Northwestern. He is 23, 6'11", but is a good finisher. Can spread the floor with some 3-point ability. Post defense is really lacking for him. Rebounding is 2 for a center. That's very concerning, despite being a really promising athlete. And he's got no badges, but it's compared to Bam Adebayo, so that's a pretty good ceiling. But a floor of Thon Maker is a pretty low floor. Good shot blocker. Solid defender. I was not seeing that with the low post defense. So we have some kind of juxtaposed strengths and weaknesses here. We'll have to think about him. I guess, man, I hate that when you change players, the attributes don't actually change. So, man, I think I was wrong about some of the other players. We'll have to see. Look, it does not refresh. Why is that a problem? We saw Law, that was correct. McBride, we saw as well. David Dennis, again, more of an outside defender, high athletes. Leonard Dennis, very similar. I think he has some better offensive skills. A worse athletes. We'll see about those 2 guys. Yeah, this is me confused about the rest of these profiles because I was using LBRB to go through, and it does not change the letter grades for some reason. Anthony is a good finisher inside. So there are some conflicting things here. Fausto Manet, not really a fan of him at all. Lewis Payton, not really a fan of him either. We saw Will Morris Sr. It was a good rebounder, solid low post defender. Jay Stevens is going to be kind of a well-rounded but project on offense. Good playmaker. Morales, just a refresher, just to make sure he's a good mid-range shooter, but he's a 6'6 power forward, kind of undersized. Jayshawn Davis, good inside scorer, can knock down threes, but again, as a guard, mostly shooting guard. J.C. Macy, okay. Decent low post defender, rebounding, not very good, so there is questions there about him. And now we've got Darrell Todd, who is kind of a jack of all trades, master of none. Again, a shooting guard, can play small forward, but would be kind of undersized at that spot. I think I'm going to avoid drafting him, but he does have a Bradley Beal All-NBA ceiling. Then we got Wilson Lawson, a Kyrie Irving All-NBA ceiling. He's 6'3", can get shots off without actions being run for him, so he can pretty much make his own shot. Looks pretty smooth, has good agility, very skilled shooter, but does not reliably finish, and has some awareness concerns, makes some bad plays from time to time, has no badges, and, offense does not look that bad. Defense will be definitely a thing to work on for him. Not the best athlete either, so, he's an option as well to be that point guard off the bench for us. Then you've got Dmitry Ostrovsky at number 17. Can score inside, maybe hit some mid-range jump shots after his first year. Defense won't be great at all. I think we're looking towards the top of the draft. I definitely foresee a trade up for us, and Ostrovsky has a pretty low ceiling, so I'm probably going to avoid drafting him. We got Hodor Baja out of Hungary. Purvis Ellison, low ceiling, low floor. Not a fan of him. We only got him at 54% scouted, and we got to wait for his attributes. But, you know, his grades have some positives. Inside scoring, low post defense. He's a 6'9 center, so is kind of undersized. You got Cam Winston out of Duke, another 6'5 guard. I'm probably going to pass on him, but he seems to be a solid offensive player. Has the posterizer badge and all-star Eddie Johnson ceiling. And then Hubert Livingston, interesting player here at 5'10". Yeah, he's not going to be taken by us. No way. One more player for you guys here. We got a guy 100% Herb Hood out of Michigan State. 6'5 forward. Definitely more of a project guy, but high potential on paper with a Vince Carter All-NBA ceiling. That is interesting. Lamar Odom bench. Can throw it down. Highlight dunks, pump up teams. Good contact drives, good on-ball defender. Needs to work on his medium-range shot and will miss the open man a bit too often. But seems solid. You know, these players weren't great. I think Jayshawn Davis was my favorite of them. I'll add him to my draft board. Jay Stevens, also a potential option, but is 6 foot. That does have some negatives to it, but I see us taking one of these top 5 players, to be honest with you, amongst Frank Bauer, Law, McBride, Dennis, and his twin. We obviously have those other 2 first-round picks that we traded for 2 episodes ago, but we don't really know what to do with those until we get into the draft. The mock drafts, as of right now, will have us picking at number 10, so still a top 10 selection. And our other 2 picks are now at 20 and 23, about where they were last time, so not much change since our last look there. So, things to consider. The top 5 looks like Law, Bauer, McBride, and the Twins here for sporting news. Same goes for the 2K top 5. So, yeah, your top 5 is pretty much set in stone, but you're just not really sure who goes where besides Bauer, likely going first overall at this point in the season. We'll close out year 2 next time around, guys. A really good game here for John Cobb in this episode. Once again, that's at least, 4 or 5 straight showcase games where he has really shown up to play and been one of our go-to scorers and has been pretty efficient doing so. We have about 3 weeks left on the year. We will end it with a game against the Eastern Conference leading New York Knicks next time around. Now they're actually number 2, but they're a very good team, a top contender, and we'll see the next time as we approach the end of our 2nd season. And I will hopefully get that next video for the offseason up shortly after that next episode, but I'm waiting for somebody else on Operation Sports to make my next draft class, and that should be available on opening night and the real NBA this year, but not entirely sure if that's going to be the case. So we'll see what happens, but we'll go from there, and that will do it for the episode, guys. Who is your favorite of this last batch? Who do you like compared to the top 5 guys in the draft right now? Who do you think we should take? Again, I don't see a trade for the first overall pick being likely, so unless we get lucky for it, we're probably going to pick after number 1. We'll just see what happens. But that will be it, guys. Thanks for watching. Please like the video, subscribe if you're new, and leave your feedback down below. I'll see you all next time. Have a great day.